Being a provider to a woman doesn't make you a man. It is not your role. It is not tradition. It is a lie that was invented centuries ago when women couldn't work. And anyone who thinks that applies in 2025 is delusional. Hello, fellas. Welcome back to the channel. This is, of course, the Black Man's Bible, the channel where the talk is so real, it is gospel. And today we are talking about a good one. Fellas, you've all been there. Every single one of us has met that woman. Every single one of us has had this exact conversation where a woman lays down her expectations and tells us what she's seeking in a man. And without fail, it is like they handed out a script to every woman in 2025 that just tells them, repeat these lines. And they all will tell us time and time again that the single most desirable trait that they have for men is our ability to provide. They say it is tradition. It is what men were put on this earth to do. It is our calling. It is what religion has called for. It is what traditional men are supposed to do. And they are lying. It is not. And I'm going to present to you today the most comprehensive, the most intense historical breakdown of the provider role that you will find anywhere on YouTube. This is the one. This is truth, this is real, and this is raw. So let's get at it. All right. First of all, how did this whole concept of men as providers begin? Who started this? None of us recall ever being called to a meeting of humanity where roles were assigned and we men raised our hands and said, the provider role, that's the one we want, give it to us. We want to be providers. So how did this role get thrust upon us? And the answer to that is simple. We got to go back to the caveman days. Yes, sir. We got to go all the way back to the caveman era where caveman Mustafa and caveman Fatima existed. You see, back in those days, providing meant something different. Providing for the caveman was simply being fed, was simply staying alive. And one day when caveman Mustafa and cavewoman Fatima went hunting, they found out something interesting. They found out that Mustafa was stronger and faster, and he could throw that spear much quicker and with much more force than Fatima could. And it dawned on him that he was better suited to be the hunter. He was better suited at killing the animals and bringing them back to the cave. So I can imagine getting back to the cave that night and having a conversation with Fatima. Hey, babe, good try on the hunt today. You were on point. You did your best. But you almost took me out with the spear. You barely missed me there, girl. So I'm thinking going forward, you should just stay in the cave, right? You should stay in the cave. Let me go hunting. Let me kill the animal. I'll bring it back and we can have food to eat. And that's where it all started from. That is how the man got established as the provider, because providing back then was simply hunting and staying alive. Survival was the most important thing to the caveman. But this had a two-pronged effect. Because there was no science and learning back then, the caveman assumed that his superiority in strength and speed translated to everything else. He assumed that he was smarter, more intelligent, better suited to life than the woman was. And we carried that fallacy on for many centuries. For a long time, men truly believed they were superior intellectually to women, which is why women were never allowed to get into the workforce. Women could not imagine being doctors or engineers or lawyers or scientists. It was way too much for them to handle. Their brains, in her mind, in the mind of the man back then, could not handle the intensity of those kinds of things. So those are reserved for men. And very quickly, it was established that the woman would stay home and raise the kids and cook the food while the man would go into the workforce. So this, my friends, is how the provider role was born. But as time went on, and as wars started to be fought, and as more and more men were needed to enlist in the armed forces, some of these jobs became open. Some of these roles became open. And slowly, humanity said, let's try these women out. They're not going to be as good as us, but at least we need some work done. We need some work done because all the men are out fighting wars. So let us give these women a shot. And we quickly started to realize that we had been wrong all along. Women were just as smart as we were. They were just as equipped to be lawyers and doctors and scientists. Hell, in some cases, they were better than us. In some cases, they were smarter and better and more suited to certain tasks than us. So women were finally allowed to be in the workforce, and they too could finally earn a living. They too could earn a paycheck. They too could earn salaries and be heads of households. They didn't need us. They could work. So slowly the shift began where the tools needed to be providers shifted from just your physical strength because the needs had shifted. Now just food on the table wasn't the only need. Now it was housing, it was self-actualization, it was satisfaction in life and happiness and travel. All these things became just as important to us. And now the brain was the key tool you needed to be a provider. And women have equal capacity in those channels than us. And we have seen it in the world today. We have seen women rise to prominence in acting, in music, in science, in medicine. We almost had a woman president in this country. We were that close. Till this very day, Michelle Obama remains one of the most celebrated figures in our culture, in our community. And she is a woman, an attorney, an intelligent human being. But somehow, some women still want us to believe that they were put on this earth to maintain their feminine energy. Their feminine energy? If I had $1 for every single time a woman has said that to me, I am happiest in my feminine energy. And when you define that and you break that down, she is basically saying, I am happiest when I am lazy. Being lazy is my best state. I want to be able to sit around the house and do nothing and have you, sir, go to work. Have you, sir, pay the bills. Have you, sir, plan my trips and take me around the world and provide me with the luxuries of life. Buy me the Birkin bags and the red bottom shoes. I want all that on your dime, sir. You pay for that. You pay the mortgage. That's all you, sir. I'm just content to be your wife. I'm just content to be called your woman. I don't want to have to work. In 2025, it boggles my mind that in 2025, a woman can bold-faced look you in the face and lay down these expectations of you. Refuse to work. Refuse to be a responsible adult in today's society. Get up in the morning, go to work, earn a living, and improve my life the same way I'm improving yours. Brothers, it is time for us to wake up. It is time for us to keep accepting less than. It is time for us to make it clear that we have value and we know who we are. And we are seeking someone who is coming to our lives to improve it. A relationship or a marriage should be two people who are coming together to give each other the best life possible. If I'm dating a woman or I'm trying to marry a woman and I cannot see how my life is improved, I cannot look in the mirror and say, wow, before I met this woman, I used to work so hard. I used to have to break my back. But ever since I've met her, she has taken some burden off me. I have more free time. I have more time to travel. I have more time to chill with her. I have more time to enjoy peace and stability. If a woman cannot be doing that for you, brother, she is not the woman for you. Your search continues, my friend, because you haven't found her yet. And it's interesting to me how some women speak proudly of hardworking men. They will say things like, "Oh, I'm so proud of my man. He's working all these 2 jobs and he's really doing his best to keep the bills paid. I'm so proud. And in return for that, I am making sure he's fed. I make sure there's food. In return for that, you are making sure that man is fed. That man makes the money, but you are making sure he's fed. You are proud of yourself for giving him food while he provides you everything else in your life. That is the standards that men have accepted. That is something some men are okay with. Some men are proud of that. Some men are comfortable with that. Some men will beat their chest and say that with pride. Oh, I provide for my girl. My girl don't ever have to work. Really? You have become that woman's second father. Because that is what some of these women are seeking. They do not want husbands or boyfriends. They are caught up in being taken care of by their dads, and they want an extension of that man. They want someone they can go to. Daddy, can I get some money? Dad. And that is what they want in their husbands. They never want to grow up. They never want to become adults. They want to stay in that childlike state and have some man hand them everything they want. Brothers, that is not going to be us. In 2025, we are accepting ourselves for the kings that we are. And we will not let anyone offer us less than we deserve. We will not let anyone make us slaves. We will not labor for someone else to enjoy. We will not labor for a grown-ass adult woman to sit down and chill. Going forward, we will accept nothing but equality. We will accept nothing but effort. We will accept nothing in our lives but women who are committed to bringing us peace, joy, and tranquility. We give up on working these 2-3 jobs just so you can go on shopping sprees. Is enough. And in 2025, going into 2026, we men are putting our foot down and we are demanding that you pull your weight. We are not your providers. We are your friends, your lovers, your partners in life. Let us work together. Let us help each other. Let us build together. Let us uplift Black families. Let us make Black power couples. Let that be normalized. Can we normalize Black power couples? Can we normalize a doctor getting married to another doctor, marrying a business owner, an NP, marrying an architect? Can we normalize professional relationships, healthy, balanced relationships? Can we please do that? Anyway, thank you for watching this episode. There's so much more to say, so much more to cover, but I do not want to make this an overly long episode. Thanks for supporting the channel. We appreciate your likes, your comments. Let's get the comment section going. Let's talk about this, fellas. Fellas, tell me what you think. Talk about it in the comment section. What do you think about the provider role? Are you sick and tired of it? Do you think it's something you're supposed to do? Ladies, let's hear from you too. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that your role is to be feminine. Defend your position. Let's hear from you. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Black Man's Bible. More videos are down there. Check those out.